is Miss Monique with another special edition of the Our Life Show cast. With the cast of Just Love Just Love Me, along with my network out of Alabama, Linden, Alabama.
Don't start with
So
that Lincoln stuff now.
I have not, ma'am. So now I'm here with Mr. Landry, the CEO. So if you guys watched the show last week, you guys got to meet her last week, got to find out a little bit more about her and the network. So while we're waiting for the rest of the cast to come on, uh, bring us up to speed. Tell us about the OnPoint network and all some of the stuff we talked about last week in regards to the network.
Yeah, we got new movies coming on. We're actually working on a document. We actually started on it, and I've just been tickled with some of these people that we've been interviewing. We interviewed this older woman, and she was just real spunky. This this document is gonna be really good. I wish I could give you guys a hint, but I don't want anybody to take the idea and run with it before I do. So that's why I'm not really saying. But we are getting ready to work on more movies, and we're getting ready to work with Belinda Mullen on some plays that she's been writing. We got some other people that's been reaching out to us. Gloria Duff, we're going to work with her on getting her plays onto the network. And we're looking for new content. Hey, guys, they're talking about shutting the United States back down again. You want everybody to see your content, and they're talking about 4 weeks. If it happens, everybody going to be watching TV. So get your content to the OnPoint Network. I think I see Miss Richardson. I'm at her end.
Let's let her. Hi. Miss Richardson, please give me one pronunciation of your first name because I will tear your name up.
That's actually my middle name, but it's Tamarian.
Tamarian. And then we have, is that Mr. Brian on the line with us?
Yes, hi. Yes. How you doing?
I'm good. Nice to meet both of you all. Before we get
Likewise.
started, we're going to give Justin a little time for him to come in. So, Delandra, you were telling us about the network. Tell us where everything is aired. Also, can you tell us what type of content? Let's start there. What type of content are you looking for?
Okay, well, we're looking for anything pretty much. We're not doing too much crazy stuff no, we're not doing porn. Sorry, guys, we're not putting porn on my network. But we're taking pretty much any content. If we don't like it, or if we're not going to be dealing with it, then we'll let you know, and we'll send it to some other networks that we're linked in with. So don't feel like just because you're not going to air on the OnPoint network doesn't mean that you won't air on a network, because we're affiliated with several different networks that you can get on. So if you don't fit us, you'll fit somebody. We want movies, we want documentaries, we want plays, we want sports shows, we want we're actually getting ready to get a psychic show on. Really?
What?
Really, yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. Is this person a real? Okay, are they? Let me see how.
Like, did you get a license for it?
Are they a real psychic? Are they claiming to be?
They're claiming to be a real psychic. Yes, they are, and I just let people take it how you feel. I just say it like this. I'm a type of person. I believe God does give people gifts, but some people exploit the gifts that God gives them. If God is giving this person that gift, I can't say, Tamara, you can put it back where you had it, because that's better. Actually, was better. Brian, you can turn yours too. Actually, I feel like God gives everybody those gifts. There are people that exploit those gifts and use them for their benefit. But then there are some people who lie about having those gifts just to get money, So I can't really say whether he's one of those people or not. I'm not going to say that, It's up to the people to decide.
Okay. And let everybody know exactly where the show, all the networks, all the streaming platforms that the OnPoint network is on. The app is free. All you need to do is
Everything is free. You can watch us on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. We're on AT&T TV. You can watch us on Xbox. Download the app, YouTube, Facebook, and you can go to the website onpointnetwork.tv.
Okay. So I'm gonna I'm as you were talking, I was sharing. So I'm trying to finish up that sharing as you were talking because I'm gonna apologize in advance to Marion and Brian because your other two co-hosts, cast members, they cut up really, really bad.
No, we did not.
I'm talking. That's this. No. See what I'm talking about. They cut up really, really bad last week. And I was actually very nice. So let me give you my show is very transparent. It's about you know how you've heard your mother say women wear multiple hats. Well, we wear multiple masks. And 2021, the show was really built for women, but I incorporated men now, so men can remove their masks as well. So because I felt that they cut up so bad and they enjoyed themselves, but I felt like I was a little easy on them. So I'm gonna apologize to you guys in advance because we have a whole new set of questions and we're gonna remove some masks. And I'm not and I'm sorry that you all have to partake in this because of your. There go your other cast member here.
What up?
So, good evening, Mr. Justin. Like I was explaining to Marion and I don't forget his Lord Jesus help me, Father.
Brian.
Brian. You guys cut up so bad last week.
Justin and I cut up last week.
Yes.
That was good.
Oh, you forgot who was on? I didn't cut up.
No, I thought you was. Girl, I don't know. Don't pay me no attention. I'm looking at
what I do. Hold on. What I do first?
Exactly, Justin. We did not cut up.
Okay.
Well, hold on. I didn't cut up. You might have cut up just a little bit.
Don't do that.
Anyway, I have revised the questions, and this week we gonna take some masks off. So I want to apologize to Brian and to Marion for that because they're gonna be subjected to these questions, and they weren't even there last week. So I'm gonna start off easy. So I know you guys explained to me last week about how you got into entertainment. So I want to know how Tamarian and Brian got into entertainment and started on this journey of entertainment. Why? Either one of you guys can go first.
Okay. Melinda and I were in some plays together, and we just formed a friendship from there. And along the way, she asked me if I would be the lead of her movie. She said, I have a movie coming, and I want you to be the lead. And that's actually how this happened. It's something that I've wanted to do for years, but I have anxiety. So, and also I believe things happen when they're supposed to happen. When God leads you to a place or when he puts certain people in your path, then things will happen.
Yes. Brian?
Well, she had been following me. She approached me in the barber shop, and she came and asked me about doing the show, and we've been going ever since. You know what? Every little kid, I always wanted to do it. You know, when you watch somebody like Denzel or whatever, so you had a hidden passion. But when she approached, I really took it serious. And it's been pretty fun.
Okay. Okay. So do you think is this well, I know Tamarian, you said you've done plays. You've done plays. So are you guys gonna continue on doing movies and plays, or is this just gonna be is this something you want to continue walking on that journey of entertainment?
I definitely do.
Absolutely.
And in saying I've done plays, it was only really those two that that she mentioned about Belinda there and Miss Gloria. So I had only been in those two plays, besides, doing something at church or whatever. But definitely if God sees fit for me to walk down this journey, I'm ready.
Okay. You the same, Brian?
Yeah, I'm I'm also gonna continue. Also, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. And Justin, we know you are into acting, acting,
Yeah,
and you're a musician.
yeah.
So for everyone that did not get a chance to see last week's, give them a little bit about what you do and how you got started.
Well, pretty much I'm a jack of all trades. Um, I aim to I aim to touch the mass with a message that I do have. Because I came from there and I want to put myself in a position to show those individuals who feel like they have to go a certain route that they don't have to. Like it's other ways around certain situations. So I feel like I was put here for a reason and I'm
Mhm.
fulfilling my purpose, and whether that's acting or standing in front of a crowd of kids, speaking to them, or just putting the music out there, or just doing what I'm supposed to do. So, for those who wasn't tuned into the last show, I am Kyng Drew, and I am here. Yeah.
And Delandra, as we know, you have a background of with plays and writing, putting together movies, doing music. Your background is with music, and I think last week you said it was opera, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I went to school for music. I'm actually working on my doctorate in ministry and music now. And my basic thing was opera. Like I love singing opera, and I toured overseas, did lots of things with opera, sung at Carnegie Hall with the Boston Symphony. There's something that I love, but life and relationship or marriage caused me to walk away from that. So who knows? I'm looking to possibly going back into it.
I do believe you should.
Yeah, most definitely.
I do
Look
believe.
at who knows.
So, Tamarian and Brian, one of the questions I asked them last week, and I think that might be the only question that's from last week, honestly.
Uh oh.
Uh,
Uh oh. I want to hear these.
since this movie is about love, and so some of the questions are about love and relationships. To start off before we go to the actual movie. So one of the questions I asked them is the word love in this day and time is used very loosely. People throw out the word love at any time. So what are your thoughts on that, Tamarian and Brian?
Go first, Brian.
Well, that's. I'm glad you asked me that because if you had asked me that before my parents got back together, I would have said I don't believe in love.
Really?
But my parents ended up getting back together. Like, yes, like they haven't been together since like 89, 90. So that kind of like opened my eyes back up. Like, oh, it is love out there or whatever. So, yeah. But if you had asked the old me, I was like, oh, what is that? But people do
That's
use it
real.
loosely to get what they want. But I mean,
It's real. It's
What
real.
about you, Tamarian? I can't
Um,
believe you didn't believe in love, but go ahead. Go ahead, Tamarian.
well, I definitely believe in love. I'm not sure if I've technically really been in love. I have settled for a lot, and I think that kind of put a damper on my feelings or how far I was willing to move forward. But I definitely think people like use it very loosely as well, just like you said, like as manipulation tactics.
Yeah.
Or there's a difference of being in love and loving somebody, of course,
Yeah.
but I do think it's a lot of times it is used very much loosely.
Justin and Delandra, do you guys want to add something to that before I turn up the heat a little bit?
She said, "Turn up the heat." Hold up. Is it cold over
Yeah,
there?
it is cold. It's cold out here in Houston. So yes.
I mean, I said my piece already. I want to hear what's going on. What is love? That's
Delandra,
all I gotta say.
you have something to say?
I mean, you know what I said last week. I feel like people do use the word love to manipulate people. They don't know what love is. Apparently, they've never been in love or been loved by anyone. Or I wouldn't say that. I say people don't trust, so they can't love. They don't even trust life, so they can't even learn to love anyone. So,
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people have been loved, but they don't know. They don't even know what. They haven't seen love around them to understand what true love is.
Okay, so that goes along with this question I have here. How important is it to be clear when dating people? Because I prefer you to be very clear and say what you want instead of you beat around the bush. So, how important is that?
Very important. You don't want to be in a situation where you are this many steps ahead of a person, and they're looking at you like, look, I need you to catch up, or you just not being honest about it, thinking or hoping that feelings will change, but still along the way you need to say where you are in the process. I like watching Married at First Sight. That's what it is, and how he says that you need to grow in love. I like that because a lot of times that's what happens. Like he's like you don't necessarily fall in love, but you grow in love. Like it's a process. So I like that.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well,
Last one.
I'll say my piece.
What, Justin?
No, go ahead, Delonja. Go ahead, Delonja. Go ahead, Delonja. Go ahead, Delonja.
No, go ahead. No,
No. I was just opening up the flow for you. I was opening up the flow for you.
so serious today.
Y'all, are y'all scared?
No,
I'm
I don't know. Okay, give me the question again.
Question.
So I can make sure I answer this
The
correctly.
question is, how important is it to be very clear when dating people? Because I think, like I said, I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit, and we're all grown. And I think most of the people on this that's watching this is hopefully all grown over at the age
Uh-huh.
of 18. But if you just want to sleep with someone, just say that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Don't
Everybody can't
don't
handle that.
don't beat around the bush because to me, when you do stuff like that, sometimes it could be the man or the woman will
Mm-hmm.
take it as, we're in a relationship or something. And that's not even the case. Because
Yeah,
y'all on two different pages and somebody doesn't know. So that how important is that to be very clear
yeah.
on what you want?
I mean that's what you said. All of that is true. It goes both ways. Women and men do the same thing. But when you meet a person that you know is serious about being in a relationship, you should be truthful. Don't play around. Don't try to play with people's hearts. Don't be a user. Don't be a beater. Either way, if you know you coming into the game just to get some, then I'm coming in the game to get some. If that person has told you I'm serious, I'm ready for a relationship, and you playing games, it's gonna come back around. Karma does come back around. It's simple. It's somebody gonna break your heart just like you breaking their heart. But people don't feel
But
like fire burn. If you can't be man enough or woman enough to tell the person, I just want some, then you a child. That's stuff you do in middle school and in high school. But as an adult, you should be able to open your mouth and communicate and say, hey, this is not what I want. And even if that person says this is what I'm looking for, if that's not what, walk away. Don't sit there and try to give them something that they want if that's not what you're going to do. Because you
That's real. That's real. That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? You're not gonna that that's not what you want. You're gonna eventually hurt that person. So don't even try to give them what they want. Just walk away from it.
Okay.
You just raised
Anybody
your
else?
hand.
but see, you
Yeah,
have
that
some
was
people
crazy
that
too.
I ain't know if I could like hit a button and go, man, chime in.
Anybody
we
else want to say something
most
on that
definitely.
before I go on to the next question?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I would love to. Uh, I mean, look, you have women that be like, oh, you can come to me, man. You can tell me anything. Just be straight up. You know what I mean? So that first time, it be all fun and games. Like, yo, all right, then, cool. I just want to have sex, or I just want you to, whatever, whatever, whatever. That first time, it'd be cool. So once it start becoming repetition, then the feelings get in, then you start seeing the change. So
Yeah.
it's easy for a woman to sit and be like, okay, well, yeah. But when a
No.
nigga, I'm sorry, when a guy bring it to him,
You caught that
it
bad,
be
boy. You caught
totally
that bad.
different. Hey, my bad. I apologize, but it's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done. Uh,
I think it goes both
it's
ways, man, woman, and that's another thing is you don't know who's crazy when people's feelings get wrapped up in this. This when you get the
yeah,
stalker, the killer,
Everybody
the
crazy.
I'm gonna put some whatever,
yeah.
whatever. So you need to be transparent.
No matter how much you think it's
Will
gonna hurt. Go
you
ahead,
stop
T.
doing that Ursula finger?
Mhm.
All right, so I guess let me close the question. Let me close the question.
Go ahead.
I believe in direct honesty and I mean communication. Period. Like that's how I show my respect and love. Like I'm gonna be direct. I'm not gonna be one of those individuals that just tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you it's still garbage and you need to go back and work on it. I'll help you if you need to. I'm that type of individual. I'm not gonna. That's my love. So whenever I come into something, I'm direct. I'm gonna let you know what all I have going on, what I like, what I don't like. I'm gonna tell you all these things. So you're gonna at that point, you're gonna know who I am and what I have to offer and what I'm not gonna give. Like I'm gonna tell you that straight up, and then I'm gonna give you a choice. You want to deal with it? I mean, not saying deal with it, but if you
Mhm.
want to be a part of what you want to know me, I'm letting you know that I have this going on. And most of the times, I've spoken to individuals about that, and I would in my head, I'm thinking like, well, okay, a grown woman would respect a grown man who is about his business. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, people are so emotional; they just want they want all the time with you. They want all your time, and if they can't get a little bit, then they
But
just get.
that goes with maturity, I think.
Yeah.
I
A
think
lot of
that
people
goes.
don't mature. I mean, that's why you can't really like you can tell somebody honesty, but most of the time they don't want to hear it. Like they want you to like they like
Yeah,
living in that fantasy. They like living in that
yeah,
idea of, they can't face
yeah,
themselves. Like we talked about last time, they can't face themselves in the mirror. So the things that they want you to do, they can't do it to you. So you've been on told them everything, all these truths, and been straight up honest, and they still hiding in line. And it's like, just be by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let
exactly.
me this is for my men. This is strictly for y'all. So why do you think women are looked at differently when some women try and can do some things that you guys are able to do as well? And that's in a
Society,
boardroom. That why are we looked at differently?
society. I just think over the years, with men having this superior complex or whatever, uh, they feel like women is not on the same level. I mean, you get some women that actually do it better than men. I mean, like, I went to a strip club and
You went where?
I went to a strip club and there was a chick in there, man. She had everybody. You had to go ask her for somebody to dance for you. You know what I mean? But it's yeah, man. It's just I think it's society. Just men just want to be superior, or whatever. But I do tell my female friends like, hey, man, it's a difference if I do it or somebody else do it versus you doing because just how society gonna look at you. But if you want to do something, like if I come straight up to you and be like, hey, I'm gonna do it this way, whatever, and sometimes man, have to teach one. You might think that you can, but
But do,
we can do it better.
but do you guys have a problem with women in higher positions?
Nah.
Oh
Mm-mm.
no,
And why do you
absolutely no,
think
no,
men do
absolutely
have
not.
some men do have that issue?
Yeah, they still need their mama nipple or something.
Oh, okay, y'all
I
go
mean,
ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
you said this
I
18
think a
or
lot
older.
of that is based off of
Yeah, you said 18
yeah.
or
I
older,
think a
so I
lot of that
was
is based off how you was raised.
potatoes. But
Um,
I mean,
Yeah, I think a lot of that reflect on how you was brought up. Also.
how do we change that? Because and the reason why I asked that question is because we are men are judged, but I think women are judged harder. We're judged harder in the boardroom. We're judged harder out. We're just judged harder, and we're judged harder by other people, and we're judged harder by other women. So how can we change that? Because I don't think we're trying to compete. I don't. Well, you might have some women that are trying to compete with men, but I don't think we're really trying to compete with men. I think we're just trying to get our seat at the table too.
I really feel like,
Whichever one of y'all want to go first.
nah, go ahead, then.
Oh, you go ahead, Drew. As far as my opinion about how to change it, um, I don't think it can be. I understand what you're saying about women just want their seat at the table. Create your own room. You know,
Mm-hmm.
make your own table. You
So
know what I'm saying?
when you say create our own room and make our own table, which we do that, but
Yeah.
you don't think we are ever going to be able to be equal at that same table with men on some levels?
I think it depends on what it is. You know what I mean? It's like and I don't want to sound being chauvinist or anything like that, but that's just how society is. It even goes down to like a woman running the country. You know, I think men blow up half the world before they have a woman, become president. It's sad to say, but
I
it's
mean, we have a vice
just over
president.
time, society. That's okay.
We have a vice president that's about to step into office in what? I think 9 days or less than 9
Yeah.
days. First
I
ever.
mean, yeah, and that's and big ups, yeah, absolutely, and big ups to that, but I don't know, it might change and it might not, that's it's really kind of a hard question to be honest. That it's simple and hard at the same time. If that makes sense.
I
Okay.
can answer the question.
What do you have on that, Justin?
I mean, first and foremost, I mean, society, you have to. It's too much aiming to compare my existence with the next existence that I see. Like, why this person has this and I don't have that, or why does that person look like this and I look like this? And society has ruined society. Like, and what happened before social media came into play is people's lives were private. It stayed into the confines of the individuals that they knew or they were probably around. But then when you got social media, you got Boohoo in Chicago, all his stuff is able to be viewed by Doodoo over here in Florida. So everybody who follow Doodoo can go follow Poo Poo. It's like for everybody. I'm saying, I mean, the reason I'm saying is, it's like social media is it's boo boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it messed up everything. It messed up everything. Everything that we didn't know about, we were able to view, and now all these people were able to step in these acting roles and imitate this illusion to gain more people in when they started realizing they can monetize. So now you have these people who are seeing all these different lives that's led, and now it's ruining relationships, it's ruining friendships, it's ruining. But it starts with self though. Me personally, I don't care what society doing. I don't care what's going on over there. I have to establish my peace and my center in my existence, and whomever I'm with, that's who I'm aiming to build it with. I'm not aiming to build with George across the street. I only see George across the street when I go check the mail and I'm about to go to work and come home. I don't deal with George. I don't deal with his mama. I don't deal with his sister. I don't deal with his wife.
So
Only
so with social media, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, to sum it up, people are not really living their purpose. A lot of people are
no.
living in a fantasy
They
world
not.
about whatever they see the next person doing on social media.
they don't know themselves, so they're looking for their identity in everybody else's who is displaying their identity online, and it's so much of a mixture that one day they seeing this that they love, then the next second they seeing something else that they love, and they don't know if they want to go try that out or go try this out or go try that out when they haven't even tried self out yet. So you sitting here trying to, and it won't work. So I can't. It's like my honesty won't work with that type of individual, because that individual won't know what they want until they stop letting the wrong individuals want them. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to gain that control of themselves in order to progress and see what else is there. So even with the whole seat at the table, I can't never compare myself to a woman. I mean, a woman bears seed. A woman brings the light into this world. You know what I'm saying? Whether I give the seed or not, I never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? So I would never put myself in that bracket. I cherish women. You know what I mean? Especially my melanated women. Let's build together. I don't care if you up here. It's not even about that. It's what our aim is, what we're aiming to do. That material stuff, we can't take that with us. You know what I'm saying? It's what we building and establishing here. So I don't care if you got a higher paying job. Even if I got a job, I'm making some ends, and we gonna work something out. I'll handle this, you handle that. Let me take this stress off with you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work in unison because we building for something. We're not building for social, we're not building for society and what they think about us. We're not building for that.
So before I move on to the next question, that kind of ties into what you just said, Tamarian and Delandra, do you have anything to come back with this question that I have for the men?
There are always going to be people who are accepting of women, and then there'll be people that you'll have to convince and who will fall in line. But there are always going to be people who are going to kick against it, like you said, whether it's women or men. So like Drew was saying, you just have to build your own. You just have to keep walking in your purpose and keep doing what you're supposed to do. And pray about that thing and keep moving.
I mean, that's true. I realized that even going into ministry, and Miss Richardson could probably say the same thing. It doesn't matter that you were called by God. If you go around a group of males that don't believe women should be ministers, they're never going to recognize who you are. But it doesn't matter who recognizes you. It matters who called you to your purpose. Any purpose that you have in your life, whether it's ministry, whether it's entertainment, anything, it doesn't matter what people say. So like a lot of times, I'm gonna make my room. I'm gonna make my own building. I'm gonna set my table, lay it out, pray over it, and let God work through it, because those same men or same women that be like, no, a woman shouldn't have that position, but God gonna show you that this woman owns this position. So if I got to build my own room, or God got to build my room for me, that's what you got to do. But don't let people tell you what you should and shouldn't do, because it's vice versa. There are some men that are in women roles that people say that men shouldn't be doing, and some men are better at those positions than women. And it's sad to say, it doesn't matter what your who you are, whether you're a man or a woman. It matters, is that your purpose? That's the point. If it's your purpose, don't worry about what people have to say.
For real.
So my next question goes along, since we're talking about love and relationship as movie. Tamarian, I know she's Delandra just said you're in ministry as well as she is. How does that coincide? Relationships, either platonic relationships as well as a committed relationship with someone that's in ministry, or even married to that individual. How hard is that?
Hey, boy, you gotta go deep for that thought.
No, let me tell you what happened. I couldn't hear all of what you were saying because the phone rang, and I was trying to piece it together.
So I was asking, being in a platonic relationship, a marriage, a serious relationship, and you're in ministry as well, how hard is that to juggle both? Because this is one thing I say, you're in ministry, but you're still a human being as well. You're still of the flesh. You're still a human being. So you have to be able to know how to balance both. and stay in the guidelines of what you're following. How do you balance that?
I've been outside the guideline. Um,
We're
and
not
I
perfect.
also
We're not perfect.
right. I've said, well, look, we can't do this and then do it. So, like now for me, I'm celibate, not a problem. Spitting right out, like it is what it is. So for me now is not a hard thing, and it's not the first time that I have been celibate. So, like I said, it's been difficult at times, like previously, but now I feel like I have a more firm grip, and yeah, it's not hard for me to say, hey, we're not doing this. I'm not
So
doing this.
so what would you say to a young lady, uh, early 20s, or even someone that's 40, 50 years old? They want to be in a relationship, they want to be with somebody, and they keep going through this person, that person, that person. What advice would you have for them? Because sometimes, even what Justin said, we have to know who we are. And I think if you don't know who you are, you're not going to benefit from being in a relationship with nobody.
Right.
Nope,
If
Anybody.
at all. You dead.
oh my God. So what advice would you have to someone?
If you are on a path where you have decided that you are not going to engage in sexual activity, you have to stand firm in the word, because you were saying know who you are. You have to know who your identity in Christ is. And that's the main way to place to pull string from, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And there are going to be people who are not going to accept that, and then they want this or whatever. You just have to cut them off. And there will be people who will be patient, who will be understanding, and they'll be there with you. So you just have to, pray about what it is that you're doing. Yeah, you've got to ask for those signs and just make sure you pay attention to the red flags and then go from there.
Anybody else? Y'all quiet.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm a wild boy.
Hey,
I'm a.
This
I'm
y'all
I mean,
hey.
I could honestly say it's not hard for me at all. Like I've grown past that phase. I think uh,
What phase?
He
Huh?
said what phase? If you
I
can
mean, I'm
repeat.
saying that phase of just wanting to just run around and just touch everything, breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
like
I
I,
see. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay.
yeah, you know the light phase where I'm going out trying to
Look,
meet somebody just to take home. You know, get one of my
yeah.
partners. You know, we're gonna meet up. She got a friend. I just that ain't that's gonna it's gonna dampen my pockets.
So did that come
Hey.
with maturity, or are you just what
I
happened?
think yeah, realization came with maturity. Yeah, like the whole. I mean, because again, a lot of individuals don't learn until they have lost or took some type of hit before. Like those who are meant to elevate, they take note of those L's. You know what I'm saying, and they turn them into gains. And I think that I had to do that. I had to have a couple of L's that turned into gains, and I realized that I was giving more time to the opposite sex and just wanting to grab that connection sexually. This was before I came into a spiritual sense. So once I came into a spiritual sense, all the physical material nonsense just went through the roof. Because one thing about it, the physical you could change. We've all bear witness to that. You could see somebody who was 300, maybe about 500 pounds. Then a month later, they about 300 pounds. The next thing you know, we see that the physical can change. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? We see that it can change. So I don't
Yeah.
care what you look like. If you want to look like something else, you can go pay and look like something else. So I can't concern myself for this stuff. It's your inner that seats me. Like it's the thing that turns me and turns my gears. I'm a sapiosexual. I don't care what you look like. You can have the biggest in the world. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Oh, let me stop you now.
Okay.
Hey, I mean, I was removing the mask.
Well, when it comes to me, like I'm gonna say, like love, all that sex, everything is what bringing me into ministry. Because I ran from it. Literally ran from my calling, that part of my calling. Because God has given me multiple callings.
Yeah.
But that part of my calling, I ran from, don't do I ran from it straight into ministries. Like my first marriage, God was still, was like, hey, D, go ahead, do what you're supposed to do. And it didn't work. I don't care what I went through in that first marriage. I was still like, you know what? I'm gonna be the girl who wants to be with the thugs and who don't want to go to church and who don't want to do this. I'm still gonna be with that person. Go to the second marriage. And when I tell you, it ran me straight to it, to the point where I was at home like, God, I'm finna kill myself. It's over with. I'm done. I'm tired. Everything. And I had a friend to post something saying that their son is saving them. Well, my son and my daughter saved me. Because when they called me and was like, Mom, what you doing? Because they were with their dad, which was my first husband. When they called me and was like, Mom, what you doing? And I was just ready to say whatever. And that's when God was like, okay, it's not about a man. It's not about nothing. When I gave you those two blessings, it's about me and them now. So I had to rearrange my life. I had to get my life in order. And I had to step into my purpose because I wasn't happy doing anything I was doing until I walked into that purpose. And when I started doing what I was supposed to do, that's when everything started making my life easier. Like, even if people harass me, did whatever, I was still good. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you and tell you I'm perfect. I'm still not perfect.
Perfect.
I'm still making stupid, ignorant mistakes, still dealing with people who ain't got no common sense and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's just a part of life. But when it comes to ministry and love, it's hard. It's people just don't understand. We're not Jesus. We're not God. We're not gonna be perfect. I love a thug. Simple as that.
You know what? That's gonna be a
But I
whole
want to
nother.
make I'm
That's
just
gonna be a
saying,
whole nother.
but
That's gonna
I
be a
still
whole
want that man
nother
like
show.
my father. The man that's gonna work and provide. I'm tired of being around men who think that you're supposed to take from me and not do for me. No, your job is to be the leader, to be the provider. And trust and believe, if you're the leader and the provider, OD is gonna come halfway and meet you farther beyond that to make sure that we have what we're supposed to have. I shouldn't be the one doing everything. And that's for any man or any woman in a relationship. Now, the way the world is, it can't be just a man doing everything. Even
So
if the man doesn't.
that would be a show for you when I come to Alabama.
Yes.
So we just put that on the list of shows that I have to
Oh,
take.
I need to write my list now.
Yeah. So I wanna start moving into the movie, but before I start moving into the movie, one question that it seems like everyone asks this week, everybody in this field pretty much has talked about what are you guys' thoughts on what happened last week at the US Capitol?
Oh,
Y'all facial.
Woo!
So, what are y'all thoughts on what
I'm gonna
happened,
say like this.
and then also where we are now, and where we headed?
I'm gonna say like this first. I want anybody that's listening or who will be watching to ask this first question. What would it be like if God acted like we act? What would this world be like if God was acting with us the same way we're acting with each other? He did not create us. Just because we look differently does not mean we're different in his eyesight. It doesn't matter what you think, what you're doing. It's sad that because I'm a different color from you or because I'm a woman, that you feel like you have to stop what we're doing. That's sad to me. And if you can't look at God himself and understand that he said he is everything to you, which means he is not just one thing. So why would you sit here and say African American or a woman or whatever shouldn't have an office or shouldn't be elected, or that you feel like it's okay to physically harm anyone because you don't agree with what they're saying? And this happens not just for us, for you to be able to allow all these people to come in to the White House, do all of this stuff, and they walk out, and then because we are looking like, why? because America, even Caucasians are asking how in the world did these people walk out? Now all of a sudden, oh, we need to arrest them. Well, if it had been African Americans even walking up the steps, we would have been tear gas, shot, and everything else. You had people walking around with podiums, with guns. I mean, now you want to charge them? Come on. You're showing our children that there is a difference in them, and we as parents are allowing them to show our children, our future children's grandchildren, everything else. You're allowing it to happen for our children to feel they're nothing. And it disgusts me that people want us to feel like we're nothing when we're more than conquerors. We are God's children. We are the chosen people, and you want us to feel like we're nothing. I'm really getting sick and tired of it. For everybody, what is everybody waiting on? Are you waiting on one leader? Are you waiting on another Martin Luther King to step up? Because we're all Martin Luther Kings. We all have the ability to step up and make a change. But yet and still, we're still doing unnecessary stuff instead of trying to make a change.
So I want you, because I know you go to preaching on us tonight.
Girl.
And the street answer.
I have something protect. We'll be going back to that because last week we did talk about business as well. So I have a question for that as well, where we can go back to that because African American children definitely should not feel like they're nothing or not smart enough. Because as we can see, what happened last Wednesday, that was a whole bunch of dumb people. I'm sorry. But who else? Anybody else?
Call them what they are. They some thugs. They some terrorists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They some animals. Call them what they are.
Yeah.
Because if it had been us, that was the first word they would have said. They were terrorists. That would have been the reason for the arrest. We're being terrorists. I mean, come on.
The only thing I can say is, man. The only thing I can say is that I don't see a change coming, and I think that we should arm ourselves, stay strapped, and protect our families, man. And this right here should be evermost sign, man, for us as blacks to really just come together and protect each other, man. Like, let's get together, rise together, and stay together. You know what I mean? So, it's been like this since day one. It's getting worse. Now they're really coming out like, oh, they don't care about us. They kill us, beat us, gas us, and it has to stop. We have to put our foot down because we're not our ancestors. We're not going to sit and take this and that, and I'm going to protect mine by any means. So that's what I have to say about that.
If you don't stop that usher finger,
what?
We are not in church.
What do you want to say, sir? Because you really are doing the finger.
Yeah. It just pop up. It just go.
What do you want to say?
So yeah. So what I'm about to say right now is pertaining to what happened at the Capitol. I'm gonna take some words from the Orange Man himself. I'm gonna take some words. Sit back and stand by. Don't get involved in these white folk affairs. If they wanna go and fight each other and do all that, let them do that. That's pretty much been a part of their agenda for decades. Let's put them in a situation and let them fight each other, and then we'll go clean up and pick them up and go put them in slavery, or we lock them up and make money off. Listen, I'm doing is like,
behave, because we will be banned. Don't go far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, freedom of speech and all that good stuff. I am a citizen of the good U.S. of A. Yeah, hey.
Freedom of speech is going.
I do not own the rights to these words, but no, I don't want us to get too caught up in what these folk doing. Like, this should be an instance where we are coming to that common ground and doing things to secure us. One thing that I've been saying even last year throughout all the riots and everything, the Most High made sure those individuals did not come to the wrong part of town. Like they kept them downtown. You know where they didn't let them come to the south side and the west side. They didn't let them come there because they knew for a fact that we weren't gonna play with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like
Justin,
huh?
you gonna have us.
But you know what? This
Your mic, cut his mic off because he gonna
I'm
have
so done. I understand what Brian was saying when he was saying to.
I bet they thought I was gonna be the one to going crazy on here.
They did. I was waiting for it. But what Brian said made a lot of sense. Like arm ourselves. But I say arm ourselves not in just guns, but arming ourselves in business, arming ourselves in knowledge, and building our businesses back up. Like I don't care if they want to tear down another Black Wall Street, keep building them in the city after city after city after city. It's too much money out there and too much knowledge for us not to be taking over the world with sitting back doing nothing and just helping when they give us.
Hold that, because that's one of my what you got?
Put it back in the house.
We're gonna move on to the movie next. Would you like to say anything?
Huh?
Would Tamarian like to say anything?
My three words were sad, embarrassing, and deplorable.
Very much so. Let's move because y'all got this heated up and we're gonna be banned and all kind of stuff on here.
My bad.
I'm glad ain't nobody brought up the chicken nugget lady.
So last week, Delanta was telling us about the movie. The movie is based on a man and a woman that's focused on their careers. Correct me if I'm saying anything wrong. And they come together as one.
I know where you going.
We're gonna get hit in the toe.
Hey.
I'm not going anywhere. So, Ms. Delandra, can you tell us about Just Love Me? Because I'm not going nowhere.
Well, Just Love Me, the movie, is based on a man and woman who are focused on their careers. They've both been hurt and they're trying to not even be in a relationship with anybody, but just focus on their careers. So they're trying to figure out how to maneuver their feelings once they start catching feelings. Whether they're going to be together or not be together is the thing. Justin, stop.
I didn't say that.
So the movie you're planning on scheduling to come out hopefully in March, depending on COVID, right?
Yes. In March we're planning to do the premiere. The editor, Reggie, and I have been working together. We're working together again Monday to get some more work done on the movie. So we should have a trailer very soon, and the movie situated where the cast can kind of look at it and be like, you know. So yeah, we're looking in March. We're looking towards March.
So can each of you tell me about your roles in the movie? Yeah.
Let's start with leading roles.
Oh, I'm just the barber. I'm the barber / friend of Drew.
We're gonna do you last, Brian.
Huh?
We're gonna do you last. You are last for that question.
Oh Lord. Okay.
So Justin, I want you to be the gentleman you are, and we're gonna let the lady go first.
Oh yeah, of course.
I am a music manager.
Oh.
Yes. And what else? I don't know what else you want me to say. What else, Delindra? What should I say?
You can just give like a synopsis of your role, you know.
Give me a little bit. Don't give me everything, but give me a little bit.
Music manager who tries not to fall in love, who's not really open to it. Like, oh, wait a minute, back up. Yeah, but things might go otherwise.
So you are the leading lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I am.
She just comes up and I'm
lead lady.
She said, I'm just a music manager.
Mm-hmm. So direct. Just like her character. Just like her character in the movie.
I shoot straight from the hip.
Yeah.
Okay, Justin, what is your role?
Well, I am an inspiring artist that is traveling around doing my passion, not willing to accept help and not willing to accept love. But then, boom, you got to tune into the movie to see the rest.
Well, with me, I had to play a role. I was not trying to play a role, but I ended up having to play the assistant to the leading lady, and I'm just like the silly instigator who says retarded stuff throughout the movie.
Mm.
Who
Mm.
Oh my,
encourages stuff.
Yep.
oh my goodness. Now Brian, you talking about you just a barber.
He told truth.
I'm the barber. I'm the barber slash friend that try to give them the right advice, not to go down the wrong path.
Who are you giving
But
this advice to?
the
Yeah,
leading man.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
to the leading
okay.
man. Yeah, he making sure that I'm looking the part when I'm about to step on big stage. And he gave me some advice. You know,
Did you take his advice?
you have to watch Just Love.
You have to watch the movie to see.
Stay tuned.
So, Delandra, what made you write this book?
What made me write this? It's actually based on a true story. Um,
Oh, interesting. Please continue.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness.
it's based on a true story of me and a person that everybody might know, and um, we were working to both of us, broken people, focusing on career, and we just
Oh, I ain't never heard you say this many arms in my life.
Oh,
So did
oh,
so
what do you know? My auntie said hello.
so this was
Hey,
based
ladies.
on this was based on a true story, basically, right?
yes,
So what was the
it is.
outcome of the true story?
Well, currently the outcome of the true story is not looking very, exciting, but the two people are still friends, right now. Um, but it's not, looking like it's gonna be
We
the happy ending that people might want. You
we
know,
have to stay tuned, basically.
Yeah, stay tuned. We got to stay
you
tuned.
gotta stay tuned to the true life story and to the
What
movie.
my grandma saying that? What my grandma saying that? Lord Jesus, have mercy.
Would anybody like me to tell who the story is based on?
No, no.
I
Okay.
think so. I think they already have an idea.
So, Lord have mercy. Let's move on from that. Let's talk about
I mean, she just,
let's talk about the product placement.
Okay, Auntie James. Auntie James up here posting stuff.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about the
everybody shout out
product
my auntie
placement.
Daisy, man, out in Oklahoma.
what's up, Auntie?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. What you
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
Tyra?
You know what? Samarian, you the only one acting good right now.
I'm being good.
Yeah.
I ain't did what I did last week.
Can we talk about the product placement? Because this movie is to let people know you are in Linden, Alabama. And I'm not going to bring you through all that like last week. But for you guys that don't know, Linden, Alabama is what? How far away again from Selma?
An hour from Selma.
An hour from Selma. And if you guys just tuning in, Delandra is the CEO of the OnPoint Network. That network also houses my show. And this is her first movie under the OnPoint Network. So again, I like to say congratulations to that.
Yeah,
Hey,
congrats.
So let's talk
Congrats.
about the product placement as well as the movie will be in theaters. You
okay.
also you employ and brought in extras and people right from Alabama. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, product placement. We actually have two amazing products that we really pushed in the movie, along with some slick products we put in the movie. But one product is Shoe Crazy Wine, and the reason why we put them in there is because we are getting ready to launch our own wine, which is going to be called Purdue. And we're getting ready to launch that. And so we put You Crazy Wine in because we wanted to showcase them because they didn't have to give us this opportunity. And we wanted to let people know what they're doing. It's an African American family business out of Virginia that's like doing their own wine, and they're doing it big. Like they're in majority of Walmarts and Targets and different places. And I'm just amazed by them. Like I want to be where they are very soon, you know. The second product that we put on there was from the legendary, should I say, rap group, Nappy Roots. We put one of they opened up their own beer brewery in Atlanta, and it's called Atlanta, Kentucky. And we put one of their products in the mud. What was it called, guys? Mud. I forgot what it was called, but
Miss
we put
some of that
their
mud.
yeah.
Kentucky
Kentucky
mud.
mud. My the Kentucky mud.
Kentucky
Yeah,
mud.
so
Yeah.
yeah, we put that in there, and they're excited about it because starting their own brewery is amazing. Like they're already a Grammy Award winning producing group, so we're in negotiations and talks with them as well about doing documentaries on them and getting ready to work with them on movies. So I'm excited about that because a lot of people don't realize, like, Linden might be small, but back I think it was 2000. Ooh, 6, I think. I brought Nappy Roots to Linden, Alabama. And they came here, performed at clubs in Mississippi and club in Alabama. And then we went to the Jubilee in Selma. They performed, we performed with them and just had fun with them. So like people don't realize a lot of times a lot of influential people will sneak in to Alabama to do some work with me, and they might show their faces. If not, they'll sneak back out. But Never Roots did show, and I was really proud because they met with a lot of kids in the area at the time that were like teenagers, and gave them a good talk and tell them not to give up and to keep pushing. And some of those kids that they talk to are doing some amazing things right now. So yeah.
But
As
see,
far
like I told you last week, though,
Mhm.
no matter how small, I don't know how big Linden is, you
Mhm.
are putting Linden, Alabama on the map with the network. Now this movie, you did a documentary last year that has
Mhm.
gotten a lot of rave over as well.
Mhm.
And
Rave
I
views.
think you told us last
Yeah.
week it's going to Paris.
Yes, it is going to Paris. I just did the paperwork yesterday. We are in the running for a film festival in Paris, and I'm excited about that. I will be posting about that later on once I get the paperwork back. So yeah,
So
and Brian
it
did help with the
doesn't
production for that too.
it doesn't matter how small of a town you come from, but look at
Mhm.
all the achievements and the opportunities that you are bringing to that community and that town. So I congratulate you on that, most definitely. um what would you guys say to people that have the vision to create but are scared? And we talked about that a little bit last week. People that are running from their purpose because they're scared or about what people are gonna think about it, or they don't have enough money, or they have somebody in their ear telling them, "Oh, you can't do that." What would you guys say about
Don't listen to it. You can do whatever you want to. Like for real. I'm a strong believer, man. And if you can think it, you can do it. And if you can do it, you most definitely, man, can rub off on somebody else and inspire them. I'm a
Yeah.
strong believer in that.
I say step out. I'm that person as well who sometimes I'm concerned about people liking this or not liking that, but you have to have the strength to overcome yourself and to just step out. And then another thing that helps is, having a mentor or somebody that you can talk to. You never know who you can be put in contact with if you start networking, or if you reach out to somebody and they network for you and with you. You never know who you can, become involved with. So don't be afraid to step out. And even if you are, just talk to somebody who's close to you, who can get you with the right connections.
Okay, true.
Yeah, and I would say from my personal experiences, like there have been times I've had chunks of money where I could just do whatever it is, and then when I get ready to step into what I want to do, it's like I poured all that money into somebody else, and I think God does it because He wants to get the glory from whatever I'm getting ready to do. So every time I got ready to step out on faith, it was to step out on believing that God was going to improve and do whatever I wanted done. God always made a way when I had nothing. It was like God stepped in and said, okay, it doesn't matter. You don't have the money. I'm gonna let you meet this famous person who will see the glow in you. I'll let you meet this next person who will take you to the next level, or that skill, that promise you have, or that talent you have is going to open that door. So, I mean, you never, ever know that if you just try, if you just stop what you're doing, and if it's egging you, if you can't sleep at night, if you're troubled about what your life is doing and what you're doing, it's because God wants you to step out on faith and believe that He will get you where you go. I've fallen so many times, but in the midst of my falls, I've met people who are getting me to where I need to be now. So my mishaps in my past are opening so many doors for my present. So it doesn't matter if you fail, it's for a purpose, it's for a reason. So step out on faith or whatever it is and walk.
Justin.
Absolutely.
That's real. I mean, just pay attention to what they say. I mean, a teacher is aiming to instill knowledge in you so that you can grow and you can evolve. If you are doing something and you have somebody around you that's telling you how to do something, telling you that you're not doing it right, or you shouldn't do this, or I don't think you can do that, and they haven't even been in that area or that field, or that it might just be a hater, and you might need to just remove yourself from that. Um, I mean, just realistically, because at the end of the day, regardless of what L's you take, like you are responsible for your own. Like you are the one who makes that final decision. I mean, if you choose to do this, then you have to accept the consequences, what comes with it. And a lot of us, like I said last time, they can't accept that truth of self. So ultimately, it starts from within. Get yourself centered, and then you'll be able to see that wolf in sheep clothing, and be able to maneuver a little bit better.
I say we shouldn't be
Absolutely.
so
I agree.
afraid. They shouldn't be so afraid of failure either, because failure is a part of life. You can't
Yeah,
succeed. I mean, you're going to fail at some things, on your way to success. And
yeah,
so many of us are so afraid of failing, but I look at failures like they're blessings and lessons. So,
yep. That's it. That's
That's
it.
the
That's
second
it.
time I heard that today. Blessings and lessons.
Yeah,
Or I
that's
can
real.
tell you something.
Yeah.
That's real. That's
That's the
real.
second
Turn them
time I heard
into butterflies.
Oh my goodness. You and them butterflies.
it. So during uh
Turn them into butterflies, buddy.
so during this pandemic that we've been in since March of 2020, now we're in 2021. What things have, because clearly with you all filming a movie, it didn't stop the Landry house. She just kept going. What changes have each of you made during this time? Because we've never come out of the pandemic and you guys made a whole movie.
But I was laughing because Tamara was over there like,
I
God,
saw
you're
her.
so right. I mean, to me, nothing can stop me but me.
Hmm.
I feel
That's
like
true.
if I step out on faith, God is gonna cover me. I'm not gonna do nothing unless He tells me to do it. You know, everything is gonna happen for a reason. It's gonna come through. So with COVID guidelines, and there are a lot of filmmakers out there trying to figure out what to do. They're losing income. Basically, you got to think about COVID guidelines. Can you get some actors that you know that might be related to each other, or have everybody get tested before doing the filming? and just rewrite your script. I mean, it might be time to just do some different kind of things where some people are not actually face to face, but are on television, doing video chats or whatever it might be. Try something different and new, but don't give up on your purpose and dream, because we don't know what's going to happen with COVID-19. And then if COVID ends, something else might come right behind it. I mean, you take what comes, something else comes. So we don't know what's going to happen, but don't give up. Find a way to get it done.
Exactly. Anything else, you guys? Anything else the rest of you might have changed around as we've gone through this pandemic, or looked at things in a different light?
Well, I mean, I look at everybody who cough.
It was that Justin that just said that, because I had.
Yes, it was.
Okay, again, cut his mic off. Moving on. Really?
I be the same way. Y'all know we all do.
I do. Yeah, I'm the same.
But you know what's crazy? I saw somebody with a shirt that had what you said on it. You said God covers you. I seen somebody had it on the shirt. It said God covers you if you cover your face. No, for real, for real. Cause COVID, it has really gotten that deep. Like, people will fight you if you walk into an establishment and you don't have a mask on. Like, it has become that dire. And even though it has been scientifically proven that these masks do absolutely nothing, people are so fearful that they allow that fear to just, where your mask at? Where your mask at? Put on your mask. Oh, we all about to die.
So true.
Well, I'm gonna say, with COVID, I have not taking so many things for granted. I've learned to love more, I'm already almost by myself all the time anyway. But y'all gotta bear with me, because I just lost my best friend to COVID. We funeralized her this past Saturday. So I'm dealing with that. And even in her death, like, it has shown me that I am so much stronger than I thought that I was. Like, people would tell me that all my life, but I know, I'm sensitive. For me, I feel like I'm sensitive deep down inside. But with this, I'm just so much stronger. And I just thank God. I credit him so much for just being with me during this time. Yeah, I had my days. Last night, I'm in the laundry. I'm just crying, lying on the shelves and this and that, whatever, crying. But I have just really learned to not take a lot of things and moments and people for granted so much.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. That's real. That's real. And I can say, and I will say this, that a lot of businesses rose up through this whole pandemic. A lot of people in this. I mean, in my 34 years of living, like, I have not seen that many people with locks or wanting to attempt to grow out their natural hair as much as I did last year. It's like, again, in ways, that isolation. Because, I mean, I never was locked down because I was one of those people who worked and they gave me the paper. So if the police stopped me, I gave it to them and I can keep going. So a lot of people had to stay indoors, and a lot of people had to, in more ways than one, face themselves, and they had to come to some grounds. They saw the person who they was with, they saw the people who they were communicating with outside, and they started to see who they were and who they were, and it started to gain a better sense of self. And I just think that even through all that the gloominess that happened last year and it continues to go on, it's like, even though a flower dies, another one is born. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a continuous cycle. So even in the bad, there's some form of good. You know what I'm saying? And we get that focus looking at the bad so much that we don't see the good in it, or the naturalness in it. I mean, because one way or another, we have to get adjusted to what's going on right now. Like, we have to get back to some normality where we're able to maneuver around and still gain that. Yeah.
Sum it up, man. Change the approach to better your dream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Change the approach to better the dream. You know what I mean?
So, Tim, tell.
And
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry about hear about her friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Very sad to
Mhm.
Thank
hear about you.
Yeah, my condolences. So,
you.
Most definitely. Tell everybody how we can reach each of you, what you guys have next going on, and stuff like that. Whoever wants to start first. Y'all
You
quiet.
can reach me.
Y'all
You can reach me through Facebook, Brian Moore Senior. Or you can just type in Fade King. Instagram Fade King 205, and it's the same on Snap. What I have going on, man, is just keep moving forward, man. Just keep putting hand on the floor and just making the world look better. You
So do
know,
you plan on doing any
coming
more
out.
movies, Brian?
Ask me that again. I'm sorry.
Do you plan on doing any more movies?
Absolutely, absolutely. Finna start filming. Have another one finna start filming around April. Yeah. So look for that. It's going. I'm not giving no details right now. It's gonna
Okay, is this the movie
really
you
let the
about,
world know.
the Landra?
Yeah, that's the one. The
Okay.
stories told to a bar. Yeah.
Yes, I heard about that. We heard about that one a little bit last week, so I will be.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some stories.
uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
most definitely gonna come with it. Most definitely coming with it. And yeah, man, looking forward to it.
Your clothing line. Tell us about your clothing line, Brian.
Yeah. I'm just well with the
You
Yeah.
clothing
you
line.
trying to keep our secrets to
This one.
yourself?
Yeah, that's what's up.
I mean, yeah. Well, the clothing line is basically just embracing my personality, man. You know, you have. I remember when I started out in the barbering. You know, you could go spend $300-400 on outfits only to mess it up. As I got old, I realized, hey, man, you ain't got to go out and spend all that money. Just be comfortable. So it's just basically what I would feel comfortable in, and something that you can wear out even if you want to just throw on a sports blaze or something like that. You can still be comfortable.
That's
So
what's
it's
up.
it's just different facets of my personality. Stay tuned to it. I'm wearing something now. Dope Black Barber. How you doing? But yeah, man, it's anything to just keep the network going forward.
Okay. Okay. Who's next?
Everything everything is on point.
Hey, hey, promo.
Well, I guess nobody else want to go next. Justin, go next.
Okay. I'm all ladies first type deal. So so I have a project called Note to Self that I will be dropping in March as well. So we're gonna have two big box office settings going on in March. So y'all get ready. Um right now I'm just situating myself to put myself and my company in a better situation. But y'all could tune in and see every transaction that takes place on my Instagram. You can follow me at one KYNGDREW. Just dropped a video online on YouTube called The Message. Y'all go check that out. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Because one thing about it take a village. So I'm here. And I mean, pretty much everything just been elevating. So I'm ready to see what's next. I mean, I'm prepared
Your
for everything.
clothing line too, Justin.
So yeah, yeah.
See, see they
You got good man, right?
You got. Yeah, I have a clothing line, 1 Million Club. If you want access to it, you check out my Instagram. I have a website called IamKyng.com, EYEAMKYNG. But make sure you check out your Instagram because that's where the link is. You can order whatever. I have a trash hauling company in the Metro Atlanta area. One call that's all, no matter the size, big or small, we get all trash out. Yeah.
and he is out of Atlanta,
Yeah.
everybody.
Cali Park, Georgia. Stand up. Southside representative.
Cali
Yeah.
Paul.
Yes.
Oh, y'all gonna get us banned. This whole video gonna be. Delandra, I'm gonna let you go last, so let Tamara go next.
yeah.
I'm on Facebook, Tamarian Richardson. I'm on Snap. However, I'm not on there often enough for anybody to engage in that. I don't remember my Instagram handle because I'm not on there a lot either. However,
Look,
Delindra mentioned Gloria and Belinda. I will be working with them as well. So look out for that. And I proclaimed that this year I will write my book. I'm going to write a children's book. So I'm
Okay.
gonna do it this year.
Congrats.
believe me.
Oh my
Hey,
God. Delandra.
hey.
You can find the network under the OnPoint network. You can find me under Delindra Tarsavina on any platform for both of them. We're gonna be doing some more movies, like we're gonna be doing Story Told Through a Barber. We're working on a documentary I haven't told you about. We're gonna be working with Belinda and Gloria Duff on their plays. And hopefully we will be having another movie towards the end of the year. But there is a series that we're getting ready to start casting for, called The Country Life. So if you're interested and you're in the Alabama area, or if you are willing to drive a couple of hours to be in it, we will be filming it. It is not a nice series. So if you are a Christian person, don't try to be in this movie. In this series.
Wow.
I'm just telling you up front.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it's about, or you can't tell us nothing?
Yeah, I tell, because you can't, it's one of them things that you just, even if you try to steal, you can't do it like we get ready to do it. It's based on a young lady who is super smart. Everybody feels like she's quiet, she's meek and mild. But when it boils down to it, she's like a kingpin drug dealer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out of the country.
Alabama being now.
Alabama.
Yes.
Oh, that's what's going on in a little small country town. I see what's going on.
The amazing thing is we actually have some colleges that are going to be working with us on the production of it. So I'm not going to give that part out because I don't want nobody getting that part.
Well,
but
you just gave enough right there.
I mean, no, they can't give this part. This part I can't.
You gave enough right there telling us that she's quiet, but she really is a dope dealer.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Like the opening scene, you're going to be like, so yeah. I'm really ready to start this project. Like, it has cuss words in it and stuff, but
That's what I was about to say. She must be cussing. Well, no, I'm not.
Let me find out this based on some story you want.
No, it ain't based on me.
Let me find that. That's why you ran to the church.
Before I got saved, I just say,
Lord, I gotta ask drug dealer for a manager.
No, it's not that. It's just people would ask me how to do things because my mindset, like, I don't know if y'all ever seen The Good Doctor, and the guy, he be sitting there, he see the different things and the pop up. Like, that's my mind. So when somebody asks me how to do something, I be like, my mind just start working, and I be like, okay, do it like this. So that was me in any kind of field that a person was in. And being in the music industry, you are around a lot of dope boys.
So did you sell drugs? Yes or no?
No, I never sold drugs ever.
Okay, that's a whole nother show.
Ain't it though? But I never did.
Right.
I never did that though.
I was just playing. You better not say nothing on the camera.
And if I did, but I never did for real. I don't believe in doing it, that part. But I show you how to make your money. But the past me would have showed you how to make your money.
Y'all, okay, wait a minute here.
I mean, real. I mean, come on.
That's a
whole nother.
Sometimes you got to tell the truth. You just got to tell the truth.
Another show. We are not going.
You want me to write that one down?
We're not going to discuss how to be a dope dealer, or if you was a dope dealer. I'm trying to find out what you got going on and how people can see you content. Justin is not going to take you down that road. You allow it.
Justin, see, he is instigating, and I was being good. Justin was instigating.
I was just trying to get people a little bit more detail about the.
We have enough about that series. can you tell the people, because I know you said you're looking for content. If they want to send content, can you
Yeah.
tell them again what type of content that you're looking for?
We're looking for pretty much anything, but we're not doing porn, so don't send that. Keep sending that. Any content, but we are not taking porn. I know some people that might want to, have a porn company, but I'm not. So we never putting it on the OnPoint. But anything else, you can see. You can see it. So OnPoint channel at gmail.com. That's the OnPoint channel at gmail.com. Y'all will stop laughing at me.
Okay, so oh Jesus, help me, Father. Can we get some words of encouragement from Tamarian? Take this over. Take this over.
It got hot, bud. All my water gone.
Words of encouragement. Because I think in this day and time and where we are now, especially for African Americans, young kids, they need to see more of people like yourselves doing stuff. I'm big on, if you have a degree, great. If you do not have a degree, that does not limit you to what you can do. And I think a lot of young kids need to know that cannot limit you to what you can do or what your purpose is if you don't have a degree. There is somebody that can help craft you and shape you to get you to where you want to be. So what are some words of encouragement that you guys can leave with us in regard, to young people?
Don't be afraid of failure within yourself or other people saying no, because no's, you get to move on. There are plenty of people who've experienced so many no's before they've got that one yes, and it just sparks everything. The Bible says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So we have to rely on Him for everything, Like, go to Him first about it. He does not want us to, don't let Him be your last resort. Just, there are a lot of people where you can network, a lot of people, there are so many resources available. You just have to do your research. Don't be afraid. Don't quit because you look like you're failing. God gives us so many natural talents and abilities, just like you said, like college may not be for everybody, and it's not. There's so many wealthy people who never went to college, and some who didn't even finish school, but just do your best at whatever it is that you are trying to do.
Who's next? Don't get quiet now.
Be the best version of yourself.
Be the best what?
Be the best version of yourself. Like, don't aim to fit anybody else's mold. Just do your due diligence, do homework, gain that knowledge that you need, and apply it to those things you love, and just live this existence in love and happiness. Like, the negative is gonna be there. You can't let that drown out that noise. Like, you got to stay focused.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I would say,
hey, BMO, you need to call your mic.
Why?
I can't. He was talking and it's not coming through.
Oh, he was talking?
Yeah.
You can go ahead then, Brian.
Can't hear him.
No. Were you saying something, Brian?
Okay, he's got technical difficulties.
Okay, well, while you fixing it, I'll go ahead and go, and then I guess he'll have his fix a second. But when it comes to life, never worry about what others have to say. Know your purpose. And when God gives you that vision, like I said last week, you be your Noah and build your ark. Can't nobody tell you the dimensions. Can't nobody tell you when to put it in the water, how many animals to put in there, but you and God. So if somebody tries to change your vision, your purpose, your goal, no, it's about you. And so many parents try to do that to their children when they're young and mess up their life. So many people try to mess up their kids and their friends' lives. And I can attest to that as being a person who was always told when it came to music, music is not gonna make you money. Well, I love my dad, and he know I would tell anybody. I love my daddy. I love my earthly father, the man who birthed me. He is everything to me. If something happened to Joe James right now, y'all come on down here and get me, okay? Just letting you know in advance. But he didn't know my purpose. So when he kept telling me to go teach, I was miserable. I was depressed. I did not feel like getting up any day. Nothing in my life was right. But when I started listening to God and started walking in my purpose, in my music, in my entertainment, in my ministry, everything in my life became right. And I love my daddy, but now he had to tell me, I see what God had for you was for you. What he wanted you to do had nothing to do with me. He was scared for me. So family, friends, don't be scared for that person, because I didn't have the fear in me. It was my family who had the fear. And you can cause a person to lose their whole ability to live by telling them how to do something. So for both sides, don't listen to people and don't give that advice to others.
Brian, you back in business now? We can't hear you.
No.
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 Hey, check your screen and see if you muted the mic.
Yeah. If you got earplugs in, take them off.
Some had it.
I will say, I wear these 2 rings right here every day, or almost every day. They say one of them says nothing is impossible, and the other one says be the change you wish to see in the world.
I say.
And Brian, you back in business now? Write us a note.
Right.
Good. Sign language.
Write us a note of your you
love.
said you love everybody. Yeah.
Text B and tell her. Oh no.
Well, guys, do you think is there anything I left out? I don't think so. I'm looking forward for the movie to come out.
I couldn't think of nothing I could say about you that don't nobody know. So yeah, that's about it.
You talking about Brian?
No, I'm talking about you said I told all your business last week, but I couldn't think of nothing else.
Well, you got people watching now that probably don't know my business. So say what you want to say.
You you acting up today. Okay, I forgot your mask. Her mask are getting ready to be mass produced.
Oh, are they? I didn't know that. See, I didn't even know that.
She didn't know that.
Dang. You can see into the future, D.
Yes. No, see, she sent me her mask, her pictures of her mask and stuff to produce and put out. Oh, that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. The OnPoint Network is doing different branding for different shows and different things. So different shows have different clothing lines and different things. Like Brian has one where he has this shirt on that Jolisa Bates made, but we also have a line for him called Drip God and King that he has on there. And Justin has his own line. But as a whole, the movie has different products that we're getting ready to put up probably late tonight or tomorrow with t-shirts with Just Love Me, mugs, what else? Some other stuff. Actually, some jewelry. We got jewelry too, saying Just Love Me. One thing, if people don't understand from this movie is don't be afraid to love. Be truthful about what you want in a relationship, but don't be afraid to love, because you could be missing out on that one person. Could that be the person that you always wanted and needed? And I'm to the point where I'm ready. And if you're ready, then don't be afraid about it. You've been hurt, you've been broken. It's okay. Use that as a learning process to still love.
That was good.
What? Thank you, Monique.
Yeah, that was nice. That was very, yeah. Thought you was looking at a screen or something for a second.
You know what, Jess? You being messy.
I want to thank you all. This is part 2. So if you haven't caught part 1, check out part 1. And part 2 will hopefully stay on social media platforms.
Don't do
some
that.
of the things that they said.
Well, you know the Orange Man banned, so he can't see this anyway.
Well, if anyway,
So
if it don't, it's gonna be on the OnPoint network. The part one will be up tonight, and then part two will be up on Wednesday. So
I hope
it's gonna
everybody
be on there.
enjoyed it. You guys got a lot of comments saying congratulations on the
Thank you,
movie.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
From my people as well. I don't know. All we got to do is keep moving.
Yep.
They also someone said true stories make good movies. So we don't see we don't
Who knows? It might be a part two to Just Love Me. Who knows?
see
Oh, long as it ain't just long as it isn't just hate me.
No.
Someone said it was too much money. It's too much money out there.
Yeah.
To have extra problems. So
Yep.
I would say the takeaway from this is everybody need to walk in their purpose, embrace their purpose, and just keep moving. Keep the extra people out of your ear.
Yeah.
I,
Definitely.
I would say. But I'm looking forward to coming to Alabama. With
Yay.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to doing interviews with people in Alabama, depending on what topics Delandra gives me.
They gonna be some good ones.
She is picking these topics, so I'm not. I normally do all that myself.
I don't know why you let me pick them, but they're gonna be good though.
Well, I didn't let you pick them. You said you were.
You said
You said I have topics, and it's nothing wrong with that
you said I
because
can produce. That's why.
you live there. So this will be my first time coming to interact with people in Alabama. So that will be, you know the people there. You know what topics. You know what kind of mass they need to be removed. And I'm just gonna say that, like, leave it like that. So that I think that'll work out much better. But I would say to everybody, definitely download the OnPoint network. It's several different all kind of shows on the network, from shows to movies. You can definitely check my show out, and that's every week at 8 p.m. on the OnPoint network. And I'm also on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Xbox, AT&T TV, and a whole bunch of other places that I am. Delandra didn't
Boss lady.
What did you say?
Boss lady.
So she didn't tell my business this week, so that was a plus.
It sounded like she was trying to though. It sounded like she was trying to.
I mean, I don't think I talked about the man.
Yeah.
I
See,
didn't know
it's
about
like she was
that.
trying to provoke you. It's like she wanted to provoke you to say something so she could say something.
Are you
Just
really
you
having?
instigating. You
Are you
went
really
to
having?
game last week, and now you instigating.
Are you?
Oh no. Just
Are you really having masks made at this moment?
Yes,
I didn't know. When were you gonna tell me that? Well, that's
today.
okay.
wow. See what I'm saying? See. She waited. She wanted to wait till the show to tell you that.
Because I knew she was gonna try to do some stuff like she did. She told me she was gonna get us this week. Remember that, Justin? She said, "I'm gonna get y'all next week."
I mean, it was actually one question I left off.
What you left out?
Are y'all
She was
ready for
prepping.
it?
What
She was
it
prepping for your
so I can
prejudice.
push the end. So I can push the end button.
Like, really?
Yeah.
As soon as you said I'm gonna push the end button.
Are y'all ready for? I haven't said my closing, so that would be rude of you.
Well, say the closing
Yeah, that would be
and
very
then
rude.
question.
So one of the questions, since we were talking about love and relationships, is what I wanted to know what y'all thought about it about entanglements.
What is your definition of entanglement? What is your definition?
I don't have a definition.
Who are we talking to? Oh.
Anybody entanglement, like,
yeah, I said, well, that was one of the questions I left out for you guys, since this movie is about love and relationships. And with love and relationships, it's so many parts to that. It's so many, from marriage to being single to just moving around. So I threw in entanglements. What did y'all think about? What are your thoughts on entanglements? Because that was a new word that we learned in 2020.
So true.
So me, I love words. So I have to make sure that I am talking about it specifically. So entanglement is defined as a complicated or compromising relationship or situation.
Mm-hmm. And Justin,
Uh,
what
That's
are
what
your
I was
thoughts?
saying.
I don't aim to ever create a complicated situation. So I aim to let my intentions be known from the door. I don't even want you to touch the door handle until you know what's going on. If you touch that door handle and you open up that door, you will prepare fully with all the PPE that you needed to do the job. If you don't do the job, that is solely on you.
Exactly.
Okay, you know what, Delange, I'm gonna leave that right there because he done went from, yeah, he done brought in PPE and all kind of stuff. So
You
I'm
know
gonna
how
say,
Justin do.
Jesus. Again, guys, thank you for allowing me to do part one and part two with you guys. Looking forward to meeting you all when I come to Alabama for the movie release. You want to say something?
I'm gonna do like Justin. Y'all tune in soon. We're getting ready to do interviews with the most famous Bobby Jones. So if you don't know who Bobby Jones is, then look him up. But he's a legendary person in the music industry. We'll be doing an interview very soon with him about the movie. Justin's music that he has, that's some inspirational music that's gonna cross over into the inspirational series and everything. So y'all get
Come on.
ready. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna be an interesting interview too.
He
Yeah.
didn't even tell none of that about the music and crossing over to
see,
gospel world.
see, see, boss lady. See, from boss lady has a plan, right? We
Yeah.
talk about a lot of things. Boss lady has a plan, and I want to make sure that I'm trusting in her judgment. And I know my type of music. I've always my music caters to everyone. Like it is the type of music like you could literally let your kids listen to it. Like
Mhm.
I don't really add too much cursing, too much explicit. Like I teach a lot of lessons, and I talk about a lot of light instances. So I'm pretty sure that my music can venture over into any genre. So I'm trusting in her judgment. And
Yeah. Like he literally like it was like he has like maybe one cuss word in almost every song.
yeah,
So most of the songs that he does are inspiration to encourage people to look into yourself, to be grounded, to be focused, to do what
yeah,
you're supposed to do. So I mean, Lecrae does that every day on his song, and I'm like, why not pull your music over into that genre?
yeah,
Right. And
most
don't forget,
definitely.
you asked me to collab, so we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
send
most definitely. I don't forget about them. Hey, I love music. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's my other language.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else on here can sing and rap, but they don't be want to do it. We ain't call no name. They can't talk, so I can talk. I can say it though.
Oh, she trying you.
So
Hey,
Brian, is you still can't talk or hear or what? You still
she
it's
Nah,
got
not
your
working.
mic off, B. She got your mic off. She
no,
did it.
don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't be instigating.
It's not working. It's you're still not working.
He probably muted himself
So
and don't even know it, Jesus.
it's not working. Okay, he's still out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
guys, unless Delandra has another surprise
Mm-mm.
for us out here, we're gonna wrap this up because this was a special edition because we're going on 2 hours. So
Um,
yeah.
right.
But congratulations again on the movie, the documentary you did, more movies you're about to put out. You're opening doors for people in Alabama, and you're putting Linden definitely on the map. Again, I'm looking forward to being out there when the movie is released and taping shows out there. I'm looking forward to meeting each of you guys when I do come.
Likewise.
mhm.
Again, catch me every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on the OnPoint Network. The app is free. Just download the app. You can catch me on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Xbox, and AT&T TV now, and a couple of other places as well. I will
Yeah.
be back in the studio this Saturday doing the first show for 2021, which is called Navigating Life. So I'm looking forward to sitting down with my guests for that show. And until next time, guys, always empower, always encourage, continue to remove your mask, pull up to the table with confidence and without fear. Until next time, stay safe and always empower.